back into base camp in a couple of weeks since we were here. Kind of excited.
Having touched 8,000 meters, we are done with our acclimatization, so now we are resting, waiting, and hoping.
Base camp order of priorities: food, oxygen, sleep, shower. You wonder why we want to come down to base camp. What are you doing, Corey?
Eating!
All tucked into your little blanket. Slept through the night last night for the first time in a few weeks. Pretty amazing. 17,000 feet. It's feeling good. 17,000 feet's feeling pretty good. But 14,000 feet's gonna feel even better. We're gonna catch a Jeep today, go down to town. Mountains. Got a good morning. It's got some windy days coming. But yeah, really, these tents are amazing. But sleep inside is gonna feel pretty good. Topo's looking pretty happy about going down. Going to town, going to go eat some Chinese food! One of the truly unique aspects of Mount Everest on the north side. Drive to base camp, that means you can also drive down. Oh, look what's coming! That's a Jeep with my name on it.
Logistics, trying to get down to Shagar. What are you doing, AB?
Not breathing because I'm at 15,000 feet.
Ah, such thick air. It's actually really amazing how thick the air does feel down here. It's like 15,000 feet of sea level. And what all this oxygen is doing is helping our bodies recover, build hemoglobin, so that on our summit push, our blood can carry enough oxygen to our brains and to our muscles so that we can actually stand on top. So the next 2 nights, it's just about sleeping hard, eating lots, and breathing.
Hot dogs for dinner.
Hot dogs for dinner, he says.
Corey might have already said this, but after a month on the mountain, it is really strange to be down here. It feels good.
Pretty wild here in the hotel. You've got your gift shop, and then you've got your oxygen right behind the counter, just in case. I love menus all over the world. I wonder what the fishy flavor is. Fried egg with fishy flavor.
I'm snapping my food because it's that good. Fresh, green, chili. So lots of you are asking, rightfully so, where are we and what's going on and how did you miss the summit because we're back in town? Don't worry, you didn't miss the summit. We're not that good. So we finished our acclimatization. We went to 26,000 feet. And that left us in a big hole. No energy, some coughs, super beaten up. So the absolute essential piece to recovering from that acclimatization was to get low. So you saw us in base camp 2 days ago. That was pretty low, 17,000 feet. Pretty good for recovery, but we decided to get even lower. And on the Tibetan side of the mountain, that means hopping in a Jeep and driving to the closest town. It's about a 2-hour drive down to 14,000 feet. This process of getting low before a summit push is super common, especially if you're climbing without supplemental oxygen. In Nepal, people often take helicopters down low. No helicopters for us, but check out how beautiful it is here. In a weird Tibetan way. Okay, I just talked a lot. Corey, you got anything?
Love you guys.
So we'll show you a little bit more about life in town on the Tibetan Plateau. But bottom line, most important thing, tomorrow we're back to base camp. The other thing you guys have asked about Summit Push, it's coming up fast now. We're looking at a weather window in the late 20s of May. Topo and Corey out on a little exploration of these old ruins on the Tibetan Plateau. Probably something religious at some point. We just walked out to these rocks and it turns out they're all Mani stones. Carved Om Mani Padme Om. Religious meditation practice. Tibetan Plateau. So big and open and endless.
So I really struggled early on in this Everest expedition, and I had some ideas why it was happening, but I wasn't certain. And given the nature of this platform and no filter and what we've decided we want it to be, I thought I'd share with you guys what that was. So when I was 12, I was diagnosed with clinical depression, and when I was 14, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And it's something that I've moved with my entire life, and I've always taken medication for both those things. Sidestepping the whole discussion about pre-existing conditions and what that means in America right now, this is a very personal issue to me. And the truth is that during the travel sequence leading up to the trip, packing, I wasn't as consistent with my drugs, with my medication. And as a sidebar to depression, I've dealt with addiction and anxiety specifically. So basically, early on in the trip, I was dealing with a minor bout of depression and severe anxiety. And this manifested by having a major effect on my heart rate and my ability to perform and exercise. So it's not a big deal at all. Back on a consistent basis, I feel much, much better. And my performance and my moods are exactly back where they should be. The reason I thought this was important to talk about and to share is because it's my belief that these things affect more of us than we care to think about, and we should talk about it. So that's a pretty big personal Corey no-filter slice today. I'll leave you guys alone now. But for everybody out there who deals with these things with themselves or their family, it's just important that it's talked about and put out in the open. So hope you guys are well and smiling, and we'll be back on the mountain soon.
Heading for the mountains. Today's day 3 down low, and now I really want to get back. It's an interesting time in the expedition. There's nothing left to do now except go climb a mountain. I feel confident. Confident we've done everything we can. Guess that's good enough. Hey, do you guys know it's his birthday? Did we already tell you that? He's like 30-something.
36!
Whoa! Well, the good news is there's definitely no precipitation in the forecast. Well, we're not going to call it bad news. But the other news, staying pretty windy on Mount Everest. You know, me not being the beast like the birthday boy over there. I need a really low wind day. And apparently the puppet masters want to keep it interesting. We can't see that low wind day yet. But right now, it's time to go back to the mountain. We need to get out of this town before we move here. The locals all know us. So one more Szechuan spicy dinner tonight, and it's back to base camp tomorrow morning. Psyched.
Hey, B and I, loving the rest, but getting psyched to head back up to the hill tomorrow. Wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes and all the support from yesterday's snaps. That was super cool.
Saying goodbye to the Chomolungma Hotel Tibet Tingri. Heading back to base camp. So here we are. It's not Corey's birthday anymore. It's not rest time in town anymore. For sure it's time to go climb. It's funny, we only left it 3 days ago, but I can't wait to go back over the pass and see Mount Everest again.